Victor, here is your reminder.
Here's my reminder. It is time to start the video. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us one more time. Here we go. We are live and we have a great agenda for tonight. Let's see what I could share with you all tonight. Moving on to, stop sharing now, move on to the agenda for tonight. Here we go. Share. Okay. I'm sure you all could see that. So basically what I want you all to think about is, why are you posting? Why are you posting the video? Why are you do this day in and day out? And there are times you say, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. I want to stop posting. I want to go ahead and just take it easy. Watch a program on TV. Check my audio, guys. I want to watch a program on TV, but most of us just want to go ahead and get on YouTube to work on our next video. Go ahead and just, basically the audio is working, so sorry about that little blip there. So let's talk about what are the signs that you're about to blow up on YouTube. Most of us post videos, sometimes we do well, sometimes we do poorly. But nonetheless, we keep trying, we keep posting. We're trying to see how can we get to that mark of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So there's a couple of things you could do to know whether or not you're about to blow up your channel. And even if right now, if you're getting low views or no views, don't give up. Keep posting quality videos, and I'm going to show you why. Show you the 4 different things that you should be looking for. And I'm going to show you why it's important to post quality videos every time. You know, even if they're getting 0 view now, that will change as soon as the algorithm will find you. You will be able to get the views that you need, but only if you have quality videos as you move along. Let's talk about why do I want to keep posting, right? So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a summary, what I call the blueprint for blowing up your channel. Okay, this is my blueprint based on studying many different channels on the subject, many different hours spent studying this topic, and I have developed a blueprint that should work, should allow you to reach the success that you need. Success on YouTube rarely happens through random viral spike. So people tell you all you need is one video that gets 1 million views, and that is true. If you get 1 or 2 that get 1 million views, then you're in. But for most people, that does not happen. Most people are like me. You have to work at it, and work at it until you get the subscriber that you need, until you get the watch hours that you need. So that's what this blueprint is, the one that we're going to talk about right now. The blueprint to success. Okay. So instead of a quiet process built through a skill acquisition, right? Instead of blowing up your channel with one video, which happened, you should never give up on that idea. But you should also work in a process by just getting skill, collecting data, and what I call psychological resilience, right? Very important for you to do that, right? So what do I mean? What do I mean by a process? You know, what do I mean by a process? It's important to know, right? A process usually entails a way to do things. And if you have been listening to my videos, I do talk about a process. Let me see if I could find it, find a process for you guys that I've been discussing. window, share. Okay, here we go. I did share with the team here, with the audience, the ultimate workflow process for getting viral videos. And there are two camps, right? The process A, what I call the idea creation first, and process B, what I call the packaging first. And I said I don't have any preference for one process versus the other. I could tell you who is advocating which process. So for example, I said key is to come up with an idea, develop the idea into a script, develop outlines, improve the script, create a video, maybe a draft video, improve that video. And after you have edited, then you create your title and your thumbnail. But if you listen to Mr. Beast and some of the larger YouTubers, they'll tell you, I gotta have the title and thumbnail nailed down before I go anywhere else. And the reason for that is most people, they click on your video based on your title. And you'll see later on when we talk about retention drops mighty quickly. And I'm gonna demonstrate that to you after I talk about this process. Then after they set up the title and the thumbnail, they write the script, and then they actually do the filming and the creation of the video. Two different terminology, two different processes for doing this thing. But that's what I mean. You got to have a process when you do this. And going back to, let me start sharing that. Going back to the what I was talking about, is having a process. Step number 2, instead of just depending upon a single video that would spike and give you 1 million views at one time, right? If you could do that, it'd be excellent. It'd be absolutely top of the list. But if you cannot do that, then you have to work on the steps that I'm about to describe to you, so you could reach what I call a tipping point. A tipping point is basically a time where your video goes from 0 view to thousands of views to 100,000, eventually to 1 million if you can. So you must shift the focus from the immediate results, meaning you want to get 100,000 views today, to a long-term strategy. The goal is to feed the machine while mastering the internal game of persistence. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, the long term should be, every video that you create should be the best video that you could possibly make. And we talked about last night about the 1%, improving whatever you do by 1% every time. And we talked about that tonight as well. So if you do that, when the tipping point arrives, your videos will be looked at over and over. Your old videos, they will come alive and people will start looking at them, and that will give you as many views as you ever need. You cannot see it, but all of the famous creators advocate that. Create quality time after time, and eventually you will do great. So let's talk about the 4 major steps now. Number 1, the psychological game. Staying motivated through a quiet phase, right? What does I mean by that? The most difficult for a creator like ourselves is a testing phase where views are low, 0, but they are consistent. If you consistently get 100, 200, 300, or 1,000 consistently, That means that you are going through the testing phase. It is essential for you to reframe this time not as a failure, but as a necessity to growth, right? Because of that is, and I'll show you what I mean right now. Let's see if I can show you that. I'll show you, I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by that. I'll go here. I'm going to try to bring up my channel. Like I say, I'm about sharing, so I'm going to look at content. Hopefully things working. Look at shorts. It's not changing online. But anyway, if you're here, you'll be able to see that the number of views per channel is different. Sometimes there are low views, little higher views. This one is private, so you got a 0 view. Then you got thousands. And a lot of these are private videos. You don't see a lot of that stuff in there. And you got here, you got 12,000 and so on and so on. So 26,000, so 32, 9,000. So again, these when you start getting, low views, that's when it's difficult to imagine, oh my gosh, how I'm gonna get to what I need to go, how I'm gonna get there when I'm getting 0 view, I'm getting very low view. The reason for that is, analytics. You have to learn from your analytics, and if you go to your analytics, right, which you should be doing that, and you look at advanced mode, you'll be able to see which video are giving you the most views, right? And then you should be able to go back and study those video and study the process that you put it together and figure out why did that one succeeded and some of these are and have a less success, right? And you see some of them you get 0 subscribers, some of them you get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So depending on the number of views will depend on the number of subscribers that you get and things of that nature, right? So you have to study where you have successes and where you have failures and be able to grow from that. So that's what you need to do, and that's what I mean. Let me go back to the agenda tonight. My agenda is fixed. Okay, I can change it. Come on. Give me a second. It's not that one. Okay, here you go. Because you can only share so many of them, apparently. So here we go. We're back to the agenda. So that testing phase where you're growing is for you to learn what's going on. It's for you to learn. The question becomes, well, how do I learn? How do I do? How do I get better? How do I improve from one video to the next? Right? So tonight we're going to talk about the 1% rule. I think basically Mr. Beast talks about that also in our last night video. He talks about, instead of obsessing over how many view count you got a day on one video, measure success by asking, did I learn a new thing? Or did I improve at 1%? And what does that mean, improve at 1%? It means basically improving the title, improving the thumbnail, improving the script, improving the hook within the script, improving the story. There's so many things that you could change, that you can improve. That is amazing. It's amazing what you can improve by just taking the time and say, you know what, I could do this portion of my video creation better. And if you do that every single video that you post, you try to get better by 1%, you will find out that within a short period of time, you have developed the skills that you need to get better. So that's what I mean by mastering the internal game of persistently changing, improving every day, and become resilient psychologically. Instead of quitting, saying, okay, why am I going to quit when I can improve the work that I do? Why am I going to quit when I can provide my audience with a better video that I did yesterday? So the whole thing about this, keep posting. Even if you think no one is watching, keep posting, because all the signs are there that you're about to grow up, you're about to blow up, you're about to have a lot of views. And if you don't give up and you keep improving every time and you get through the testing phase, you'll be able to see that I am getting better. I could succeed. I can make it. And that will happen if you keep applying this 1% rule. Now, the other one, create for one person, right? People say, what does that mean? So when I was learning how to do what I'm doing, one of the things that I had to do was identify the typical viewer for me, what age that person is, or what kind of work does he do, things of that nature, and then to identify what kind of video that person may like. A person that is 30 years old would like a video, would like different thing than a person that's 40 years old. You ask yourself, how do I know who those people are? How do I kind of get there? Well, guess what? I'm going to show you how. It's very, very simple. I'll show you how. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to share my channel again. And let's see, we go. So again, I'm still in analytics, right? If you remember, I got here by going to, let's see if I could get back. I went to analytics here. Then I went to advanced mode in here. And here I am. So I look at looking at this area here, the kind of report that I want, right? So report, we have one called audience retention, audience by age group. So if you look at here, the very lowest age group for me is 13 to 17. Based on the video that I have posted, this audience is not the one that I'm targeting, right? Or I shouldn't target them. The largest audience, because I'm dealing with veterans and trying to feed veterans, I'm trying to find a way of that, seems to be 65 plus years old, right? The second one is 25 to 34. That seems to be people that are just leaving the service and they might be interested in knowing what's going on with veterans. And these are the people that have retired for a while and they want to learn how to help veterans that might be in need. And this whole group over here is the bulk, perhaps, of, if you put them together, this 35 through 64 is a very large segment. But when I write my video, I try to figure out, okay, what age group should I be targeting? And this makes it very easy to do, very easy to do. So when you're doing that, try to target the right people to do that, right? So let me see, now I should go back to the agenda. Back to the agenda. Here we go. Okay, so that's what I mean by create for one person. Don't worry about zero view. Create content specifically for that one subscriber that's going to look at your channel. They're going to look, oh, I see that Ramos Ryder is online tonight. Let me click on it and watch it to see what's going on. Right, for that person. And you could kind of see the age group of the people that are seeing your content and say, hey, I think this might be the people that I need to target. So, and there are other metrics that you could look for that. But it's important that you do that. If you understand who that one loyal subscriber is, you'll be able to write better video because you'll be able to target that person. You'll be able to target that demographics. You'll be able to target that age group. And basically, that will improve your participation. It will improve your retention. It will improve your viewership because that one person will keep coming and it will lead to other people coming to your channel. Okay, let's talk about this one. It happens to me all the time. I was listening to Mr. Beast last night. He said he works until he burns out. And then he works again. So if you are exhausted, like I feel, it usually, the rule says it's a precedence or precedes a breakthrough. Your best work happens after the burnout. So if you feel tired, say thank you, because that means that you're getting close to having a breakthrough. I could tell you this, a week ago, I started doing live events. My mic wasn't working. My lighting was off. My technique was flawed. Now that is the best, but it has improved day by day. I got a little better lighting, a little better audio. I got music on the background. So, and that's what I recommend that you find a way to do. You know, like for example, one of the issues that my video was having, I was having a lot of this, which was basically blurring images on the edges. So it's not perfect now, but at least I'm able to control it a little bit better so that you get a better vision on not only the script that I'm describing to you, but also the picture that I'm portraying, you know. And another thing is this, right? There were times that I try to create, show you like a video, or try to show you the script, or try to show you the agenda that I was going by. And somehow it didn't work for me. Well, there was lack of knowledge. So I'm getting a little better at that. Not perfect by any means, but that's what I'm saying is it was a breakthrough for me that happened after I was really, really tired. So if you feel exhausted, say thank you, because you might be getting close to a breakthrough. You simply have to outlast. You have to outlast your own doubts and outlast the competition. And Mr. Beast makes a very good point about that. And I'm going to be quoting Mr. Beast a lot because last night I was studying his technique. As a matter of fact, there's a video that I'm posting tomorrow, 6 p.m. And it gives you a lot of the technique that I learned from listening to his videos and his interview. So he talks about the burnout. He talks about the breakthrough. He talks about outlasting the competition. He talks about outlasting your own doubt. So basically, if you're exhausted, once again, say thank you. Resilient through the burnout is one of the key for you to continue to succeed. You cannot get to point A without getting to point B. Let's move on to that was the first one. All that was a psychological game to stay motivated, right? Out of the 4 things I'm going to show you tonight, Stay to the end because the end is a doozy. It's a good one. The number 2, technical necessity. Reps, results, and the machine, right? YouTube is like a machine. It's a learning system. Requires a large library of content to understand who the audience is. Now, a lot of people are going to be saying, "Oh, I hate the algorithm. I hate YouTube. It's not pushing out my video." Well, Mr. B says, and I kind of begin to believe it more and more. It's not the machine. It's not the algorithm. It's not YouTube. Replace those words with the audience or with people. If your video gets 0 views, saying people did not watch my video and I got 0 views. If you're saying, "Oh, the algorithm hates me," no, people hate your video because your quality is poor. So don't get discouraged. It takes a large set of library for you to show what you got, to demonstrate your technical acuity, to demonstrate that you have the stuff that it takes to be successful. So if you know about that and what I said earlier, right, in order to get to the promised land, you have to have quality video. Each video that you create, each action that you take has to have quality around it. Because when you get discovered by the people, by the algorithm, they're going to go back and look at all your video. They're going to look at your body of work. They're going to look at your library. And they're going to say, "Oh my God, I missed it. Let me go back and rewatch it." And then all of your videos that are, even those that have 0 views, begin to exponentially get more and more and more views. So just hang in there. Know your audience. Like I said earlier, right, for that one single loyal subscriber in the age group based on your analytics, and you'll be able to improve and you'll be able to get better, right? The next one here, no reps, no results. Like learning a musical instrument. Like I used to play the piano when I was in high school, not the piano, the saxophone when I was in high school. Content creation requires repetition. Now, if you ever play an instrument, at the beginning, they're not going to say it, but at the beginning, you do not have proficiency, right? You do not really understand the instrument. You don't know how to, in my case, you know how to apply proper technique to move my hands, how to properly blow into the instrument, how to read the music. So for repetition, right? I practice every day. If you ever play an instrument or you have any musical talent, you know that it takes a lot of repetition. And with repetition comes proficiency. You will get better and better at it with time. So right now that you're getting low views, the key is not to panic. The key is not to quit. The key is to use that to learn and master editing, storytelling, script writing, thumbnail creation, title development. Like I said, you can in fact continue to grow, continue to improve that 1%. You don't have to improve everything. Just take one of these and try to improve it, and try to do it better next time. That way, when the spotlight hits you, when the algorithm finds you, when people find you, when they find your video, they'll be able to see a progression in all the elements of the video creation. So that's what I mean. Reps, no results. Okay? The portfolio effect. Your body of work. That means every single video that you created. Let me go back to my channel one more time so we could talk about that and you see what I mean by what I'm saying. some effect. Let me get rid of this one, and let me add the channel. See, I was not able to do that yesterday. That's something that I learned today. So, because every day, the more you use an element, the more you use things, the more that you are able to learn. Like, for example, your body of works, right? You have your videos that you create. Those are the long videos. You have your shorts. You have your live event. You have your post. And if you're not using your posts, they are very important. Basically, it's like you describe to some degree something that's upcoming that people can schedule and preview. You have your playlists. Playlists are very, very important because you could play multiple videos. And one example that would be, let me pick one real quick. See, live broadcast. Just did this one yesterday. If you click on it, what will happen is you get a list of that you play. You could play all, you could play an individual one. For example, you see that? So basically, it will play that particular video, and then after you finish, it will play the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So if you need to demonstrate a particular topic, you can, in effect, use this method to kind of go through your videos and basically show what you have, show your library, show your content, show your the different elements of what you're doing. Okay, so that's important. So let me go back and stop showing that. Let me go back to, I'm already there, but I'll go back and put it again. Go back and share now my agenda one more time. So that's what I mean by the channel is your body of work. And the concept we're expressing when eventually you go viral, new viewer need a portfolio, right? It's like Netflix, right? When you want to binge on videos, you go to Netflix perhaps, or something like that. It could be Paramount, it could be anything. It could even be YouTube. And you sit there and you just watch video after video after video after video. When you find a series that you like, that's what you do. Now, when you get discovered by your new viewers, they perhaps say, if they like one video, they may like a second video, and you'll be rewarded because the algorithm would push out your video a lot more for more people to look at it. This he likes that. So YouTube algorithm says, people like this kind of video, let me get more people involved. And you have to understand, YouTube, the algorithm is not against you. All they want is quality video that people want to watch. If you say, what do I write? Do I write towards the algorithm? I said, no, you write to a person. What does that one person, you typical viewer, your one subscriber that you're writing to likes to see? And when that happens, you'll get more people, you'll get the algorithm to push out your video a lot more, you get more subscribers, you get more views, and things keep moving on. But you have to have high quality content to allow them to binge. If you have low quality content, you're going to lose them. So every video that you create, you have to edit it and you have to be ruthless about it. Don't say, oh man, this is good enough. If you find a period that's, you say, oh man, I should have done better there, just edit that out. It's after you post it, it's better to have a shorter video with high quality than to have a long video that people are going to go in and leave the video right away. And I'm going to give you a demonstration of what that means one more time. Let me go back and take a look at a couple of videos and see if I could show you what I mean by that. So let me replace that by YouTube. Okay, and let me go here. Let me see what this analytics tells me about it. It's not going to tell me anything that I want to hear. And I'm looking this thing at random, so this one you see, you tailor your audience is kind of over time. It kind of keep going up, right, over time. But that's not what I'm looking for. I want to show you analytics. I want to show you advanced mode, top content, retention. This is what you got to be concerned with. Let's see what we find on video that has some little bit of retention. Now you're gonna find out. I don't have retention for my shorts here, but because the way that I just not plan to show you my shorts because I haven't looked into them. But this thing changed video. Let's pick this one. Okay, this is one of the better ones. I could have a much better one, but this is one that for a long video, right, which is not a short, a retention between 20% and 30% is good. This one has 22, but look at this. I got 100% or 99.3% at 0 through whatever, right? Look what happens at 4 seconds, 8 seconds, 11 seconds, I'm down to 71. 15 seconds, 57%. At 19 seconds, 48%. So you see that? Now, if this was a short, right? They say you want to maintain your retention around 70%, right? But it takes 11 seconds. If you're writing short, that's really good. This is a long video, so you expect to have this curve where you drop down. If you look at other videos that are probably newer, okay, let me see what this one is. I think this is a short. Right, so the average is kind of a little like almost a 2-minute one. It has 22% retention. But once again, good retention through 11 seconds, right? Then after that, 15 seconds. When you get to 30 seconds, you are 35%. And if you know the rules in engagement, in order to get counted as a watch hours, YouTube only count the first 30 seconds. If you drop off before 30 seconds, all those people will not count towards your watch hours. Only the people that were there after 30 seconds. So that means that you gotta keep the people at the beginning as much as you can, and then you have to hook them to stay longer. One of the things that I say, I have 4 things to show you, right? And the last one is the better. So some of you might say, wow, let me stay to the last item to see why is it so good, right? So I talked about 2 already. I got 2 more to go. But it's important that each of the things that I'm sharing with you, it's important that you kind of listen to it, because each one of them will help you out, will help your channel, will help you grow. So let me replace that again, go back to the agenda. Okay. But retention only happens by you developing quality video, having a library, a portfolio that has high quality content. And that's what I mean when I was here earlier saying, did I improve 1% of what I'm doing, the process, 1% of the video, 1% of the live event, 1% of the thumbnail. So if you do that, you begin to develop high quality content when your time comes, you'll be able to say, okay, I understand what's going on. I see why my views are getting higher. So that's really good. So feeding the machine, click on creator. Okay, I'm right here. It was high quality content, I believe. So we talked about the tipping point. Slow burn. Okay, I'm sorry. I think we were before that. We're here high portfolio, high quantity. Lots of information to share. So within that feeding the machine, every upload you provide the algorithm with more data, who respond to our thumbnail, title, and topic or idea that you created based upon what I showed you earlier, which was the process that I showed you during an earlier part of the section. That I say, if you, based upon that, you create great content, you'll be able to get better at what you're doing. So again, improve this process, whether you use the idea creation method or you use the packaging methodology, keep improving, keep getting better. And if you do that, then what will happen is you will get better, and basically you'll get more views, right? So this is the third item, what I call the tipping point, right? So we talked about already. Let me make this thing like this one, what I'm talking about. So the number 2 was the technical necessity, reps, results, and machine, right? Feeding the machine. That was the second one that we talked about, right? The first one that we talked about was the staying motivated through the quiet period, right? So I said I was going to share 4 things that show you're about to blow up. This channel's about to blow up, or how to get there, how to use what I call the blueprint for blowing up your channel, right? And this is the blueprint. I have shared with you 2 items, two steps, 2 elements. I'm about to share with you the third element, which I call it to be the tipping point, right? So what I recommend that you look for specific signals in your analytics that indicate your channel is about to skyrocket. And we did some of that earlier, right? So let's see what we got here on this section. The binge effect. When a single viewer watches multiple videos in a row, it signals high quality to the algorithm. I know talk about the algorithm, but if you signal high quality to people, remember, if you think the algorithm is against you, change it for people or change it for audience. So, like for example, if people could tell by the counter whether your video has 1 view, 10 view, or 1,000 view, or 1,000,000 view, and there are other ways that they could do that. So, when people are binging on your content, the algorithm, people will get a signal that that's a high quality video. So they're gonna go over and look it over. They're gonna go over and study it. They're gonna go over and copy it. They're gonna go over and do all kinds of things that are gonna give you the views that you need and the watch hours that you need for you to be monetized. Okay. So when your channel is growing, it's being fired up, it's when you keep viewer in your platform. And this is something important. And I'm going to see, you have in your video at the end, you have you have this. I'm gonna go back and show you that because this is an important piece. If you're not using it, you should be using it. So let me go back again, and I'll share my account and see if I could demonstrate what I mean by that. And I think my last video, all of my videos should have it, but I was just gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick this one. As you know, my channel is basically about the military. So my goal is to try to feed veterans, especially during the holiday, when it's challenging for them to get maintained and get food and stuff like that. Give me a second. How do I get there? Go back. View on your YouTube channel. Okay. That's my avatar, so-called avatar. Of course, this one doesn't. Oh, here it is. There you go. So at the end of the video, if you have this, it's called the end screen, I believe. You have this, and you show an ability for a viewer to click on your video. Now let's go back and let's get the right terminology on that. Here you go. My Lord. Okay, they are called end screen and cards that you could apply at the end of your video. And when the viewer get to the end of your video, if they like what they're watching and they want to stay on your channel, basically they will go for the next video and they will click on it. Like for example, in this case, like this, and we would immediately take them to your next channel. So that's important that you cannot use them, and you get rewarded by YouTube by doing that. So back to the agenda. So when people are binging, it signals high quality. It signals that your channel is fired up and ready to be moving to the next stage, ready to be monetized based on your videos and your subscriber. And that will happen when you keep the people in your platform and they watch one video, 2 videos, 3 videos, and they just keep moving on. Returning viewer rates, the steady increase in regulars. Remember, you started with a single viewer that you were writing to. Before you know it, you have 2, 3, 4, 5,000. You have a tribe of people that are there watching your content. Important that it happens. They give you comments. They return to watch your video. They forward your video to other people. They become a tribe of loyal viewers that basically will get you to the next stage. Eventually, your retention will improve little by little. Consistently increase the watch time across all video. You see that, and that's something you'll be able to see. I track my watch time very carefully. You can see week after week, my watch time increases by a certain amount. That's another metric you should be able to look at. Don't wait until the end. Don't worry about just subscriber. Worry about subscriber and watch time. And depending the way, if you do a lot of live activity, your watch time will increase faster than if you just post video. Also, if you get a couple of videos that get like 1 million views, your watch time will go off the roof, and you should be able to be fine on that one. But keep watching your watch time. I should look in your analytics. That way you know exactly what is working for you. What is working in relation to getting subscriber? What is working for you in relation to watch time? important to do that. Okay. The next one is outliers. This is something that YouTube will look for every day. There are people that all they do, they look for outlier videos, and then they find a way, they want to copy that. Whatever you were doing that became an outlier for that video. What is an outlier? Basically, if you normally get 1,000 views for a video and you get 20,000 in the next video, something happened. That's called an outlier. It's not your normal number of views. And they look for outliers that have 10x's, 1,000x's, and basically they're looking for a breakthrough. They're looking for something different. They're looking for, whether it's comedy, they're looking for whatever it is that caused that video to become an outlier. And they want to bottle the essence of the video and be able to create one. They want to use it as a blueprint and be able to create another video in order to get the same success, right? So if you don't, that's something that if you haven't done, you might want to study, because using outliers is one of the best way to create content that people will like. The principle is easy, right? If a video got 1 million views yesterday or in the last month, if you're able to distill the essence of that video and you're able to get the blueprint of that video and you put it in another video with similar information, not the same, you don't want to get a copyright violation, with similar content, you should be able to do as good as or outperform that other video, depending upon, the quality of your video. So outliers are extremely important. So if one video specifically outperformed the library, your library or somebody else's library, use a blueprint, use that, whatever they did, to be able to just say, wow. Don't just say, wow, it's great, go celebrate, open the champagne if you drink, open the Coke if you don't, Coca-Cola, open the Fruit Loops if you like sweets. Don't just celebrate, study what happened, look at the lighting, look at the audio, look at the script, and then replicate it. The key here is to replicate it, be able to not to copy, not to use without permission, but to be able to do something similar with a similar process, a similar blueprint to get where you need to go. Now the slow burn. Success often comes from old videos. You will not believe it, but there's so many people that advocate that. Once you succeed, and I've done this before, I have a look at outliers and say, well, let me look at other videos for the same individuals, because I like what they say. And then that will give them new views in the old videos. So success will come from the old video as they could come from the new video. And that's why you see that squiggly line on the video, that over time, the number of views increases. You go up and down, up and down, up and down. And it keep doing that until eventually you get to a higher level playing, right? So you gain traction months after being posted. That's why people talk about having green content. There's some content that is specific for the period of time that you are writing to. There are some content that is evergreen, never gets old. It's there forever and ever, like comedy. Comedy is always good. So don't just forget about your old video. Keep improving them if you can. Improve the music if you can, using YouTube library. Do some editing, do some cuts. I try to go to my video and try to edit them frequently, because I'm in the camp that Mr. Beast is saying, hey, the video that I did last month, I hate them because they don't have the latest technology that I can apply to the new video. If I improve 1% every day, a month from now, I go look at my old video and say, oh my God, I could have done better. oh my Lord, I could have done better. Oh my friend, I could have done better. So those are videos, if you have good quality, they will continue to give you views. It's just a proof that high quality content on YouTube never truly dies. It never dies. So that was my third indicator that you're about to blow up your channel. My fourth one is what I call the actionable database. My returning viewers metric. This is the strongest indicator of a long-term loyalty, over one-off virality. And this is what I mean. People say, I want to get a video that gives me 1 million views. One video is not going to do it. 2 videos might, but one video is not going to do it. Or it may do it, but it may, most likely not. And I've been posting video not for a long time, but long enough to know that it's not easy getting 1 million views on a video. People will tell you that it is, but the truth of the matter is, from my perspective, from my chair, from my point of view, it is not easy to go viral and get 1 million views. It is easier to have a process that steadily improve the quality of your video, and eventually you will hit that one video with many views that will get you recognized by the people, by the audiences, by the algorithm, by YouTube, and then those people will come back and look at your library and they will binge on your work, and eventually you get the number of views, the watch time that you need. That is, to me, a winning solution. This is what I call it. Going back to my initial title, I call that the blueprint for blowing up your YouTube channel. Those are the 3 items. I'm going to repeat the first one. Stay motivated through the quiet phase, right? Reps, result, and machine. Understanding the algorithm. Indicator that you're going to indicating over a tipping point, meaning you're getting close to the end. Binging, returning viewers, improving retention, outliers, slow burn. The last one is actionable data benchmark. And that's the key right here, returning viewer. I told you the last one was the best. If you're here till the end, you got the best. You got the best advice. If you are able to get viewer to return to your channel, and so you are able to get them to, and you are able to look that through your algorithm, and not through your, yeah, you're able to do that. You're able to do it through your YouTube channel and see the number of returning individuals that you have, and you choose that over a one-off virality. You should be able to get there. Should be able to success. Now, do not give up on virality. If you search for that in every video to make it better, eventually that could be your 1%, because you could get lucky and hit that one video that will get you to the end. So pursue that, but don't rely on it, is what I'm saying. Look at your metrics and see how people are returning, when people are returning, and things of that nature. And now, this is something, I didn't show you this, but I show you one for long creation, right? For long video, it is for short. Let me go back and do it this way. I'm gonna call long video versus short video because it makes more sense. Your retention range should be 20 to 30%. You're short. You want retention to be about 70%. If you recall, when I show you the retention portion, right? The first, anything over, looks like anything over 15 seconds, you're gonna drop like a rock. right? So if you're able to retain between 20 and 30% on your long videos, you'll be able to get what you need as far as credit for viewership and for watch hours on YouTube. In short, you want to get 70 to 80%. But remember, if you're making sure that like greater than 15 seconds, you're gonna lose the people after that. I mean, you'll be lucky if you get it for 30 seconds. I read a study that says the most successful video are around 26 seconds. And you say, oh my God, can I tell a story in 26 seconds? All I can say is try it. Because I did find out, I did do video which I on 20 seconds, and I got better success than when I got video that were 1 minute or 2 minutes. 1 or 2 minute video as a short, you're not gonna get the retention that you need. You might as well just make that a long video and see what happened. And that's what kind of the conversion that I'm making recently. If I'm writing short, I want it to be between around 15 seconds, in and out. More than that, your viewership rate is going to drop tremendously, and it's not going to be that. You have to maintain 20 or 30% for long video, 70 or 80% for short video. Massive signal or impending virality. That's the key right there. The retention rate, the viewership rate. Right. So if you cannot get the virality that you need in 1 or 2 videos, if you don't have millions of views, then work on your returning viewers and work on your retention rate, or they call it sub ratio rate. It's a retention rate basically, and that's your signal. And I show you how to get it on YouTube. I show you how to look it over. I'll show you that one more time so you get an idea of how you find it. So let's replace here, go back to here, we'll go back to this, I think. Share. Yeah, this is the one. So you go to Analytics, Advanced, you go to up here to this area, you look to retention, select the video, also in the same video that I had before, right here. You apply, and this number right here, it tells you what was the average time that they spend viewing, and basically it tells you your retention rate, which is 22%. And here you are able to track over time the percentage of people that are still watching the video. And what I said, after 15 seconds, if you're doing shorts, here you go, you'll be at 57%. You want to be higher than that. If you're doing long video, longer than 2 or 3 minutes, you want to maintain an average of 22%, which will get you the viewership that you need on that. So that's what I mean by that. That is the key to success. If you are able to maintain that, if you are able to maintain that retention rate, and that's what you should shoot for, then everything else will get better. You'll be able to get that. So what are the takeaway from this tonight presentation? The algorithm is not hiding your videos. Remember, algorithm replacing term algorithm by people, by audience, right? People are not hiding your video. Like if you listen to Mr. P, he said your video are just no good, meaning that they could be better. I mean, I cannot tell them my videos are no good because I put a lot of time on them. But the reality is that my video needs to be improved. My quality of my video needs to get better. My thumbnail needs to get better. Give me a second. Wow, I'm losing my voice. My apologies for that. Okay. I'm gonna try to finish the video anyway. Okay, learn from your mistake. Focus over loyalty over virality. Improve your skill over time, over every each video that you have. Provide the algorithm with the data that you need for them to find you an audience. Success is not the result of it's a result of outlasting doubt. Constantly show up to the machine. Finally connect your voice with the right viewers. Keep posting. You are building the foundation for the creator you are meant to become. So going back to, that is to finish the video tonight, that is the blueprint for blowing up your YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy the presentation tonight. Thank you for spending time with me. Good night.